Mark was having a problem with the front office though, because I think he wanted every Sunday off. Like he's a pastor or something. So that wasn't gonna even fly. So
So they're pretty much telling him to go work for Chick-fil-A. That was he pretty
yeah,
much saying.
basically, like,
What up, YouTube family and folks? This is Kevin's perspective, the perspective that keeps on giving, back to give another perspective. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. Now let's get down to the nitty gritty. You see the title. We're going to get into our sports bag today, man. We're talking about life. Now we're going to get into sports because sports is getting pretty hectic right now. There's a lot that's going on. Serena is retiring. LeBron out here signing $100 million contracts. And Deshaun Watson on the Cleveland Browns looking like the Cleveland show. Is Steph a top 10 player? Yes, no, maybe so. We're going to talk about it. I got a panel today. I got the guys in the back. We're going to bring them in. Let's get the show started. I got my homie Jerome right here. Give a round of applause to that. We got Too Short, Mr. Too Short, Station Bell coming in. Then we got Cory coming in. And we're going to talk about sports. Fellas, how are you guys doing?
Good, man. Good.
Good to see you.
Good to see y'all. Glad y'all came on, man. It's been a little time. Spent a little time trying to get it together, but we here. All right. So now let's get into this first topic. So I'm gonna put a picture up, right? And I want to get y'all perspective on it. Is Steph top 10? And if he is, who is he bumping off the list? We got the NBA 75th anniversary team. We got MJ at number 1, of course. We got LeBron at 2, Kareem at 3, Magic, Wilt, Bill Russell, Larry Bird, Tim Duncan, Oscar Robertson, and Kobe Bryant. So, in my opinion, Steph is in the top 10. And in my opinion, I got to take Wilt off. I'm sorry, Wilt. I know you hit 100. I know you had the sheet that had the 100 on there in pencil. I gotta take you off. I'm sorry.
this man above his head, man. No,
yeah.
Man.
I gotta take Wilt off, man. What you think, Jerome? What you think?
Yeah, I had it to 2 people I had off, and they'd probably be mad, but the first person that I was thinking more of taking Larry Bird off. Because Larry seemed like to me he got more of what he's done because of Magic Johnson. Yeah, he might have won 1 or 2 titles, whatever, but Larry Bird wasn't really that man. He just came in that era when everybody was tough and they won, but I just don't see Larry as being a top 10 player of all time.
That's tough. What you think, Cory? What you think, man?
I ain't had Larry, my guy. I was gonna say Oscar Robertson because like
Mr.
Steph changed the whole game, even though he the triple double guy. But you got to think about how Steph just transformed it. Like you had to guard him from half court, and just to do that alone, that set defenses up for the worst like failure. Especially if you got other shooters like Clay. You got to look at their team too. But Steph. I had to bump Oscar off. I can't do Will. I can't do Larry like that. Larry and them was in that era with the GOAT, man. So I can't do it except
So you like the paper with the 100 on there with the pen in the pencil and the crayon. You like seeing that. You wanted to see that up there.
I'm just saying.
What you think, Too Short? What you think?
Hey, listen, you can't get rid of Wilt because of the 100 and the most important number, the 20,000. Come on now. The man definitely was a trendsetter. But the man's pictures in black and white will pop up on the screen. Oscar Robertson. He got to go. The picture got to go. He got to go.
Yeah, I said he got to go.
So, yeah, he changed the game. He did what he did. He was a first. And I believe he's a guard, right? So let a guard take a guard out. And out of that list, he should go. Now, Steph, I've been battling back and forth on whether or not to put him in top 10. The guy's earned it. He's got titles, and he still, I think, has about 5 to 7 years to play. and whether or not he can jump or whatever, he might lose some speed over time. But that shooting is going to keep him around for a while. So I would have to push Oscar out of that top 10 and put my man in there in the top 10.
So where does he rank? Because I look at the list, right?
Mhm.
And I'm like, Kobe at number 10. That's pretty low to me.
Yeah.
So you're taking Oscar Robertson out of number 9. I can see Steph being number 9. Is Larry Bird a little too high though? I get him staying in the top 10, but is he a little too high?
I think he's too high.
Well, you don't think he should be there at all.
Yeah, but if you look at this, look at Bill Russell. Bill Russell's team was good. What did Bill Russell do so good for him to be high at 6?
Ooh, you hate the Celtics. They hate the
Yeah,
Celtics.
I hate the Celtics a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. But you know,
they say that state racist.
They do say that.
LeBron say that.
LeBron say that.
Yeah. But I don't know. Is this Bill Russell and Larry Bird? Their team was good. Their whole team, entire team was good. Bill Russell, I really didn't see him do anything great.
Yeah, he put the 10 up.
Yeah,
he put the whole 10 up.
He wasn't carrying the team. His whole team. Look at the team here. I don't know what the roster was. Look at his whole team.
Bill, he was black and white too, though, and all the other people were smaller than him.
Hey, maybe look at it instead of the numbers. Look at it as column 1 and column 2. Does Kobe deserve to be in column 1? Look at the top 5. Like that was
the top 5 is pretty. Yeah, it's pretty. Well, it's all Lakers.
Yeah,
it's all Lakers. You might as well put him in the first column.
I mean, you think Kareem? He has the scoring title currently. LeBron is trying to take that. Mike is Mike.
He might take that this year.
Yeah,
but why?
I don't know.
Why is Tim Duncan being so disrespected though?
I don't think he disrespected on the list.
Why is he? Why? I think he should be higher than 8. Why is he 8? It's like there's a silent. Oh, he's only won 5 titles. He's only won these MVPs. He's only carried his team to the finals.
I'm gonna tell you why, Jerome. He's boring.
Yes,
he is pretty boring.
I think that's what it is. I respect Tim because Tim did a lot of stuff, but I think out the group, he's a little more less athletic and more fundamental. People don't want to see that. A lot of people want to see dunks and crazy stuff. And he ain't really did all that. He just did what he needed to do.
But he's the most consistent. He's the most consistent player on the list.
Yeah, he is. I give him that. Yeah.
It's 2010 every night.
No back-to-back titles. Never won back-to-back titles.
That's true too.
He didn't? That's crazy. I thought they had the whole Spurs dynasty for a while.
No, but I think they went to the year they lost one.
The second year they went, they got put out or they lost. They lost or something like that.
Yeah. Unless my information is wrong, I thought that's what it was, but they never won back-to-back titles. So, hey, a title's a title, whether they win it back-to-back or not. Yeah. But, Tim was quiet. He's boring. But, the Spurs games are always boring. But I feel like he's in a good – that 8 – what was it, 8 that he's on that list?
Yeah, he's number 8.
He's good right there, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think he's good right there. I just feel like Kobe being disrespected on the list. That's what I think more so.
You know why I say Kobe being disrespected? I think because the similarities of the GOAT, that top number player, they're like, well, we can't have two players exactly like in there. But I think he should be higher than Magic. To me, I think a little.
Magic number 4.
Yeah, so I think either right, like that 5th spot. I think Kobe should be at his 5th spot.
I do think he should be higher than Bird.
Yeah, I think he should be.
That's why Bird should be on the list.
I'm interested in seeing some of those players that are above him, their shooting percentage, their win-loss. Like, if you break it down year by year in their total career, where do they rank compared to him? Because Kobe had some bad shooting years now. Kobe was still a dog, but Kobe, he had some terrible, terrible shooting years. So, maybe that drops him down. But I do say number 1 is right, and you don't want to get too close to that shine, man. You got to put him down to 10.
Yeah, I think. Well, I'm gonna go into this other picture right here. I want to show y'all this, and I want to know. You might have to think about it for a second. It's gonna have to, you have to contemplate it for a minute. But it's a great starting top 5 right here, right? So It asks, build another starting top 5 to compete with this one. Is there another one? That's the question. Is there another 5 that can go against that one?
You said compete.
It says compete against it.
Yeah, it's a
You, you can put anybody out there to compete with them, but is it a challenge? That's the thing.
Yeah.
This is the best top 5 I've probably seen.
I had to throw some honorable mentions in there. Kobe always said McGrady gave him a hard time.
He
yeah.
did.
Trace.
He did.
Another shooter. There's no shooter like Steph, but I don't know. Maybe throw a Reggie Miller in there.
Yeah,
Maybe a tough point guard like Isaiah to play a little defense and keep it moving. Maybe Shaq got owned by Olajuwon,
yeah.
so it's like I don't know if they'll beat him, but those are the guys that always
I
gave him a
mean,
hard time.
I guess.
They said Mitch Richmond gave Jordan a hard time. Out of all the guards in his era, Mitch Richmond was the one that gave him the most trouble.
Yeah,
There's
He
a
was
lot of,
agile. Yeah.
Yeah.
there's a lot of hard-nosed defensive players you could pick to try to go against them. But
I think Gary Payton. I'm gonna shoot my 5. I think Gary Payton. I put Reggie. I put Reggie, T Mac. Them would be my, like, you can alternate with small forwards because they height. Matter of fact, I might switch it up. Do T Mac, put Scottie Pippen at my small forward.
yeah.
Then you might can switch it up and you could give me David Robinson and maybe David Robinson and Olajuwon down there in the post. Because I think it'll be tough I think LeBron get past David, but I think it'd be tough for him to keep that up like the whole game.
I think a 5 for me will probably be AI at point.
Okay.
Dwayne Wade.
Oh yeah.
At shooting guard. McGrady at small forward.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess Durant
at
power forward, and Olajuwon. That'll be my 5 that can probably compete.
That's tough right there too.
Yeah. Now I think we're missing one because I was watching actually a replay a while back. So I agree with the AI, Durant, Olajuwon, Pippen. I would maybe throw in Grant Hill, a prime Grant Hill.
A prime Grant Hill would be hard.
A prime Grant Hill was nasty. It was nasty Grant Hill. So I throw a couple players in and out.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I'm gonna get another one. Penny Hardaway in his prime.
That's a good one.
Before he got hurt. Yeah,
that's a good one. Hey, I might have to switch out AI for Penny. I might have to do
that. As a point guard,
yeah. And he didn't drink that much.
No, he just broke his legs.
Easy now.
So pivoting to speaking of Kevin Durant, right? So after the finals, there was a lot of conversation about, hey, was Kevin Durant really needed on the Warriors? I mean, because Steph did it again. I think Steph was determined to do it without Kevin Durant. I think that was his motivation. Is Kevin Durant overrated? I mean, he's up for what? He's up for his contract and he's in free. No, he's not in free agency. He's just looking for another team.
Yeah.
But is he overrated at this point?
I would say he's overrated.
How so?
Kevin Durant has always been a scorer. He's never been somebody that bought to the team that said, you know what, I'm about to carry this team to the finals. Ride my back, we're going to go to the finals. He went with Westbrook, went all the way to as far as they got, ran into LeBron, went all the way to the conference finals and got beat by Steph and Clay and them. Then decided the next year, you know what, I'm going to play with them because I can't beat them. I might as well join them. The same thing they said about Ray Allen, because Ray Allen couldn't beat LeBron and them. Oh, I'm gonna leave the Celtics and go play with LeBron.
Okay, Kevin Garnett had a lot to do with that.
Yeah, too. But I just don't feel like he's that great of a player. He's a great scorer. I give him that. But I just don't feel like he's the team and say, oh, let's build a team around Kevin Durant.
That's a interesting, because that's pretty much what I think about Kevin Durant. Like, he's not the go-to. He's not the guy that you put your whole franchise on.
No.
I don't think he wants to be that guy. But what you think? Too short.
He's overrated. He's overrated. And a couple years ago, I may not have said that because he was out there doing his thing. Everybody wanted him on his team. He's 7-footer shooting threes, but I think he does a lot to say that I'm worth it. Run, as far as the things he says, what he demands. But when it's game time, why is Jason Tatum shutting you down? I mean, he shut him down, and that was early in the playoffs, and that whole thing, trying to get used to playing with Kyrie and all that good stuff. But you're Durant. You're not a rookie. You're not a third-year guy. You're not a fourth-year guy. You're a guy with 2 titles and some other stuff under your belt. And look at where we are now. So, I'm saying extremely overrated. Extremely
overrated.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Extremely overrated. I do agree with that because my thing is, well, I'm gonna let Cory go. What you think, Cory?
I agree with y'all, man, because I think the hype is because he that tall. Like, but you got to think when we was watching, Dirk was doing that same thing, but Dirk won a title, and Dirk wasn't even that good with his footwork. He just was Dirk at the same time. That was like our first 7-footer seeing him shoot like that. But I think he overrated. I think it was like him going to Golden State won the titles made him look like he's what he is, but he really ain't that. So to piggyback off what Jerome said, it was him and Westbrook that got him there. You know what I'm saying? Then not only that second year they went back, they had that Golden State team down 3 games, and he couldn't close the deal. So that's even worse. Then go switch up and go to the team that you lost to, and that's crazy.
And then celebrate like you did something.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Steph took his foot off that and let him do that.
Yeah. Excellent point. He sure did. I'm gonna take a step back and see if you can handle it, but I'm doing this for you.
Right.
Yeah, and then you leave. So I think that's why I think that Steph was using that as motivation because he heard the conversation like, yeah, they can't do it again without KD, and he's like, yo, I was here before, like let me get back. Went to the gym, start pumping weights, all that stuff. So yeah, I think that was a lot of motivation for him. And now KD is looking for another team and all this other stuff while Steph is at people's weddings and celebrating and going to sleep on everybody.
Yeah,
because he's still in his prime. He's still in his prime right now.
Right.
Yeah.
What about Kyrie? Why do we care about Kyrie? I don't personally care about Kyrie no more.
He's the Kanye West of the NBA.
What has he done? He has done nothing, but they hit that one last shot over Curry in the finals. What has he done?
I think what everybody look at is his potential. Like his ceiling's still there, enough for like people to give it, but he just little mentally off. He's the turbo of the NBA. So that's where it's staying at with me. But yeah,
now
I don't care about him.
The man's got the best handles in the NBA.
Right.
He can break down defense. You can count on him a lot to make a shot, get to the basket.
Right.
But when he decides to check out, that dude really checks out. And whatever his personal reasons are, we know him from being on TV playing basketball, and then you don't see him for half the season, or he's hurt, or whatever it may be he's deciding to do. It's like, man, you're very unreliable for my point guard I think he has a max contract. I'm not sure if they redid his contract something recently, but you're the point guard. Where you at?
Yeah, they redid his contract, but they still waiting on KD.
Yeah.
But I don't know where is he ever at?
Where you at?
So yeah, he's just overrated. There's a few people that's overrated to me, like him, Westbrook. There's a lot of people that's overrated. James Harden. Yeah. Ben Simmons.
You remember they stayed on the sideline.
Just don't talk about the X6 because I was a fan, man. Hey,
we're gonna put Joel Embiid on there too. You overrated too.
Man.
I think Joel Embiid got better. I think he just stepped up.
Yeah.
I think he stepped up a lot.
I think because he healthy and he done slimmed down. But that Ben Simmons thing, that was tragic. I don't know what his problem was. He like Kyrie too. That's why I try to get rid of him too.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring Ben Simmons back up in a little bit because we're gonna talk about work ethic in a little bit. But I wanna bring up this photo here because it's been a hot topic for the past couple of years. I've been seeing it on ESPN a lot. They've been debating it. So you got the '96 Bulls versus the 2017 Warriors. Who wins in a 7-game series? Who wins in a 7-game series? Because that has been the conversation for a while. I'm gonna pass it to Too Short. What do you think? What do
This
you
one,
think?
this one to me is easy, real easy. Chicago, and I'm gonna tell you why. I see all the great shooters in Golden State. I see Luke Longley, his matchup with my man right there. I can't Green.
Draymond?
Yeah, I see that matchup being a problem.
I think it's a
But
horrible matchup.
yeah, because Luke is not gonna make it up and down the court. He's not. He's not. But I think Chicago will slow it down. If you remember when Cleveland played Golden State and Kyrie got hurt, surprise, and Kevin Love got hurt, LeBron was averaging almost 40 points, almost triple double with 40 points a game. They slowed the ball down, didn't shoot to the end of the shot clock. Chicago would do the same thing. Slow that team down, beat them up, and you got Mike. And that bottom line, if you're thinking prime Mike, prime Scotty, prime Dennis, Dennis is going to talk a lot of trash. He's going to get in somebody's head, foul somebody. Chicago in 6.
Yeah.
Chicago in 6. What you got, Cory?
Dang,
He on the fence. He on the fence. He looking crazy.
Get off the
fence.
I'm on the fence a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm give it to Jerome for a second.
Yeah. What you think, Jerome? What you think?
I'm like Datron. I'm gonna give him Chicago in 6. Is that defense slowing the game down, and that defense? Robin gonna get everybody ejected anyway because he's gonna be all over Draymond Green. Draymond Green instantly let that be gone. Andre Iguodala, I don't even know why he's on the starting list because he's not.
I don't know why he on there either. I wouldn't even put him on there.
He's not doing anything but pass the ball the whole time and act like he can shoot, and he can't. Now, Datron said about Luke Longley. I think Luke Longley could guard Draymond Green.
Oh, I know he can guard him, yeah.
But Draymond Green can't shoot. He even do nothing but try to shoot threes and just be bricking all game long and trying to get in somebody's face. But Rodman got in his head and throwed him off. But from the defense of Pippen on Durant ain't scoring no 20-30 that night.
I would have switched the team. I would have switched it up and would have had Draymond at power forward. I wouldn't even have Iguodala there. I would have had him at power forward. I probably would have put JaVale McGee at center because him and Luke Longley both big and goofy, so they can both guard each other. But yeah, it's gonna be I think it'll be a tough one. My only thing is the Warriors. I think they had a better bench. So Iguodala off the bench, Sean Livingston off the bench.
Yeah.
You know, it was a few hitters they had on the bench as opposed to Steve Kerr and Tony Kukoc.
I don't know about that. To me, it's almost kind of even. You said that's the 97 Bulls?
96.
96?
Mm-hmm.
To me, the Bulls seem bigger. They seem bigger than that team.
I was say they're more physical than Golden State. I was say that will wear down on Golden State over a long series.
Over a long series, I can see that. I just felt like it was a lot of disrespect towards, because the conversation I heard, it was a lot of disrespect towards Steph when they kept saying that Ron Harper can shut down Steph Curry.
I think he'll play better defense than we've seen played against Steph. You know, a lot lately, especially this last finals, they didn't touch him. They ain't put hands on him. I mean, you think of that? What was that? The Toronto finals. They were a little bit more physical. Mm-hmm. Kyle Lowry got in there. You know, he built like a little linebacker. He got in there and caused some problems. So, you know, I think Harper might be a little bit more physical with him. Not stop him. Nah.
Yeah. What do you think, Cory?
Let me add something in it.
Get off that fence.
I'm just saying, what rules are they going by? Are you going by the 96 rules or you going by what rule you got today?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know.
Going to middle.
Because if it's that, I'm gonna tell you, if it go with the 96, the 96 rules, oh, Bulls hand down probably beat them because Ron Harper will be so physical with Steph. And like to go with Too Short and Jerome saying, the length on that team is crazy. I don't see Steph pulling from the half court and then allowing him to do stuff like that. But I'm gonna rock with the Bulls because I just thought about it. Jordan, they got Jordan, man. You can't go against the GOAT. We don't heard plenty of stories. If somebody say something to that man, and that man got 5 points in the first half, he gonna drop 40 in the second half just to show y'all that I'm the greatest. So I'm gonna go with Bulls, man. Hands down, Bulls. 6. But I think they'll win about 2 or 3 games.
If you said Ron Harper guarding Curry, I see Jordan guarding Curry.
Yeah, I see Jordan guarding Cory too.
Either way, somebody gonna
he
be
takes the challenge
on him.
Yeah, Jordan gonna take the challenge. He's not gonna just stand down and say, you know what, it's Curry. I'm not guarding him. Let me take a break. He's not gonna do like LeBron them be doing. Let me take a break from him. I'm not gonna guard him. Jordan like, you know what? Let's go man up. Look how he did Iverson. Iverson might have crossed him up, but he guarded Iverson.
But guess what? What? See, everything would have changed if Iverson had a shot like Curry, because Curry got handles too.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like the first game I see Golden State taking that game. I see the Golden State taking that game. Curry gonna shoot from 40, and they gonna figure out how to figure. He gonna figure out how to shut that down some type of way.
They gonna slow it down. You don't get the ball.
And then,
not gonna let them. Chicago is not gonna run with you. They never were a running team.
No.
They're gonna keep that ball the whole shot clock, and you can't shoot it if you ain't got it.
That's true.
Yeah, because the only other running team they really played against was what? The Magic, when you had Penny Hardaway and all them younger guys, like the younger Shaq. They were more of a running team.
Yeah, probably.
I say, I guess in the early 90s, Phoenix was a running team when they played them in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
Barkley was doing his thing.
Yeah.
But, Cleveland slowed that series down. Basically, they lost in 6, but that last game was close. So one of those other games should have gone 7 games. But, yeah, one guy just holding the ball for 23 and a half seconds.
Yeah. Golden State would lose anyway in the series because Steve Kerr gonna abandon the team and go play for the Bulls anyway. So as soon as they call him in,
you on the bench, who's gonna be their coach?
He like, yo, where you going, coach? Where you going, coach? Hey, yo, Ron Harper going out. I gotta go in.
Just to get Mark Jackson back,
yeah, Mark Jackson.
Is Mark Jackson? Is that his team? Because people keep saying that's his team. I don't think that's his team, though.
I'm going to say he started it. He started it.
He laid the foundation for it.
Yeah, he laid the foundation. But I think they gave it Steve Kerr too soon. It seemed that Mark see what he can do with Steph and them. But, yeah,
I don't know, man. I think Steve Kerr did a great job.
Wasn't Steph Curry Mark Jackson's draft pick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely was. You were saying Mark Jackson, that was Steph was his draft pick.
Yeah, Steph was his draft pick. So it seemed like he started saying, you know what? I'm going to go with this young point guard. He can shoot. I'm going to build a team around him. Like Cory said, you didn't give him a chance. It was like, oh, you're fired. The team sucks. We'll get you out of here. And bring in Steve Kerr. He got some championship pedigree. He's going to make this team better. You can give Mark Jackson even a chance to even start with the team and see what they could do. Like I said, trust the process. You didn't even try the process at all.
But
how far do you think he would have got, though? You think he would have won a championship with
I think so.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think he might have got one.
He would have drafted the same caliber of players that Kerr is supposed to be doing. He would have got the same team.
Yeah, I agree. That's his team. He did a lot of research and development, and a lot of teams passed up on those players.
They passed up on Curry because he just can shoot. He can't play no defense.
My only thing with Mark Jackson is that I don't think he would have let Curry get his shots off the way that Curry was getting them off. I don't think he would have allowed Curry to shoot the way he was shooting.
But you would think Curry wouldn't let Curry do that because what he been through with Jordan and with San Antonio, but he did.
Yeah, like Curry shooting from almost the logo. I don't think Mark would have went. It would have went with that. He was like, "Hey man, come on back, come on back.
Yeah.
Let's reel it on in. Let's go by the plays now."
They did say he ran a pretty clean locker room, as far as the language and different things like that. So he was pretty by the book, and so
Yeah.
he might have said, "All right, do that again." Yeah, all right now.
You
On
might not,
that best.
you may not say when he hit the first three, like, oh, he hit three of them in a row. Oh, keep shooting.
Yeah,
If you can shoot from out, keep shooting. I mean, he probably wouldn't say that even in practice.
Yeah,
In practice,
Mark
if
was.
you can shoot from the logo. Oh, okay, you can do it in the game.
yeah, maybe, yeah.
Mark was having a problem with the front office though, because I think he wanted every Sunday off. Like he's a pastor or something. So that wasn't gonna even fly. So
They're pretty much telling him to go work for Chick-fil-A. That was he pretty
yeah,
much saying.
basically, like, that's what I heard. That was some
Yeah.
of the stories that came out. So I know it's Too Short probably heard some of the stories like that too. So.
Yeah, it was something with the front office, and they bumped heads. But this man has never gone back to coaching.
Yeah,
Never.
he never going back to coaching after that.
Oh,
So,
really? That he said that?
though he didn't say he wouldn't go back, but he obviously hasn't coached again. So there's something there, either that has thrown him off, that he doesn't want to be in that type of environment again, or they know something about him, like the team's like, don't mess with him. Like he's good, but he's a headache. Who knows? But he hasn't coached again, and I'd like to see him do more research and development, see what else he can do. Part 2.
Yeah, I think he would be a great addition somewhere.
Yeah.
Hey, I got another player. Who do you think is overrated? You think Jimmy Butler is overrated?
I think Jimmy right where he's supposed to be at.
On the Heat.
I'm just saying I don't think he's overrated, but he's just right where he at, like at his level. I think he's at just Jimmy's level. So when it comes to Jimmy Butler, I think he tried to excel to superstardom, but I don't think he'll never be a superstar. I think he's just an all-star.
Gonna stay on the Heat with fake braids. He's just gonna stay there.
Yeah.
I put Jimmy Butler with Paul George before Paul George started getting hurt.
Mm.
You can kind of somewhat build a team around him, but you ain't gonna get but so far.
I think Kevin Durant would be good in Portland with Damian Lillard.
Dame already said he don't want that.
Dame don't want to win either. Apparently he don't want championship either.
Dame trying to be loyal, so he ain't going nowhere. He's like, hey, I win it by myself. No, that's not gonna happen.
He is real loyal to that organization. Real loyal.
He is the Barry Sanders. He's the Barry Sanders of the NBA right now.
He's gonna be crying like Barry Sanders without no.
But Barry got out there early too. Barry said, I can't do this no more. I got to go.
I'm out. Hey, Jimmy Butler is underrated. Very underrated, because his game is boring. He doesn't do any flashy dunks. He can shoot threes, but he doesn't shoot a lot of threes. He's a mid-range guy.
Yep.
But he will, you got to watch the terms here, but he will bang with you. He will get down in the paint and do, pause. He will get down in the paint and get the points. He makes his free throws. His game is boring.
But I'm gonna give you another player then. Y'all comparing it. What y'all think about DeMar DeRozan then?
He's boring to me too.
Boring.
So he's boring too.
Yeah.
But see, I like Jimmy Butler better when he was in Chicago.
DeRozan there.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler was in Chicago. He was better.
Good trade. It was a good trade. Boring for boring.
But the efficiency, DeRozan, he gonna get by that free throw line. He's gonna make that 2-point basket.
Yeah,
he gets you the 2-point. They consistent as hell, but it's like, all right, Jimmy.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna
I need
do?
a little bit more out of you. Come on.
Yeah. So Jimmy underrated, man. I think.
Yeah.
Do you think Giannis is overrated or underrated? Because they got him on the top 75 players of all time right now.
Will somebody go first?
I can't go first with that
one. I go there. I think Giannis, he's so unique, and the potential. I just seen some recent highlights of him in the gym. If he get a jump shot, he's gonna be there. Cause I don't see nobody guarding him. Like nobody. If you ever watch the game, even though he looked kind of doofy and long, but nobody trying to get in front of him, Ain't nobody as long as him in Lincoln that could guard everybody. And he's just that unique. So I think that's why they had to put him on there. And plus he got the Bucks the second championship. You got to put him up there out of all the teams. The Bucks.
I mean, he got that Euro step that's from the 3-point line.
Yeah, that's
You
crazy.
take one step and you at the basket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just crazy.
I'd like to see him do more. I mean, obviously, he got a title.
Mhm.
You know, all the stuff you said, Cory, spot on. I like to see the man be a basketball player more than like a wrecking ball. Because I
Yeah.
mean, he's wide open from one side to the other. It's like, okay, all right, you got me some points. Now his free throw shooting is awful. It's just awful. So I mean, that's a pretty big weakness. All right, let's just keep fouling him. He, you know, kind of like what they did to Shaq. But you know, I don't know. I wouldn't put him up there that high yet.
Yeah, because he's top 75. Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, man, that's pretty
But I mean,
that's pretty aggressive.
you look at that list. There's a lot of people that just threw in that list, the top 75.
It is. It is. A lot of people they left off the list too.
Yeah.
Because the main argument was Dwight Howard. They felt like Dwight Howard should have been on the list.
Dwight had a really good run. Was he a 4-time defensive player of the year? 4 years in a row?
Yeah. He sure did. A lot of people, yeah.
They just think about Yak when he went to the Lakers. So there's like,
he a champion, ain't it? He a champion. He got a ring.
Late, yeah.
Yeah,
He got a ring with the Lakers.
Gave him one.
Oh yeah. He did. I forgot. See, I forgot he was on the team.
Yeah, he on the team.
Yeah. Dwight had a good run. He didn't have a jump shot either.
Yeah.
So maybe you could say, you know, Giannis may be a slightly more athletic Dwight Howard.
That's true.
Yeah, that's why I brought up Dwight Howard, because he reminds me of him a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dwight just had a cape. That's all he had, man.
Yeah.
So going into talking about work ethic. So you got Ben Simmons, right? He had a lot of criticism based off of work ethic, heart, fear, all this other stuff, right? So in general, is this generational? Because being on jobs, going to work, you see people who they come to work and they don't want to do nothing. They want to get paid more, but they don't want to do nothing. And it's like, what is the work ethic? Where did the work ethic go? Are they lazy, or are we just expecting too much? Like, where's the work ethic? What you think, Too Short?
You know, you're giving everybody the bag first. You know, it's like, all right, let's see, stay motivated. Sometimes you got to build that work ethic up through a little trials and tribulation. And it seems like maybe, you know, generational, things have been made a little bit easy. So the expectations are higher, and here you go, and you don't really have to try. And, well, you know, if you look bad, who cares? Just go find something else. You don't stick with it. So, you know, I don't know. I'm the old guy. I could talk about this for about 30, 40 minutes straight. But
that's why I came to you first.
Hey, that's an old guy. But we definitely have lost something. You think about sports, you know, Jordan said that all the time. Why give you all this money up front? What are you going to work hard for? You know, you're leaving out here a nice car, going to a nice house. Who cares if you lost the game? You think about it in society. You know, I do have a 25-year-old son and a 22-year-old son. We have these conversations as well. Stay motivated. Don't expect this without trying to work hard to get here. So, you know, there's a lot of environmental factors going on, and we're not where we should be. The effort should be there. So I hold us all responsible for that.
Yeah, what you think, Cory? I know you see it every day. You see it every day.
Oh, man, I don't even know where to start, because I think people don't know how to try no more. Like they don't want to. Just like Too Short said, they don't want to even put the effort in, because like they give the money up front. What you working for? If I'm already sitting pretty, ain't no need to work like that. But I think it's more the mentality that society now put in their head too. Like, okay, well, especially when COVID hit, it made it worse. Like we already had lazy people, but it got worse because, I quit my job, sit home, government gonna pay me. They don't need for me to work hard. Then they get a free check like that. and they'll come back to work and say, I don't care, I'm about to go get paid anyway. And I think like another thing is I feel like it started back when kids can call the police on their parents. You can't discipline certain kids, and all that other stuff plays a role into how people mentality come to work too. Like you can't, you gotta have discipline when they come to work too though, because they have rules and stuff. But they don't care. They'll tell you know firsthand. They'll tell us, I ain't about to do that,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like they just don't care at the end of the day.
Yeah, I gotta. I'm gonna give my perspective on that in a little bit. Ron, what you got on that?
Well, it's kind of like the thing we always hear all every day about accountability. So if we saying they're lazy and don't have no work ethic, where do you think it came from? Yeah, we might be giving them the money up front, but then you have to look at the parents. If they're going home and looking at their parents saying, "Oh, look, you ain't really done anything for yourself. You're sitting in the same boring house for the last 20, 30 years." Um, or but look, I'm looking at this dude down there selling drugs, making $5,000 a day, and my parents still sitting in his house for 30 years and haven't done anything with themselves. You know what? Why work hard when I can just do this something easier so I can make the money? Why just go to work? Now I can just sit in the corner and just I'm gonna get a paycheck anyway because nobody's gonna hold me accountable for not doing my work. I've been taught this at a young age as looking at my parents and looking at everybody around me. Oh, you ain't got to work hard. You can just get this. That's fine because nobody's holding me accountable for not doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
If we start holding anybody accountable for not doing just like Too Short said, you giving them a bag up front. So if I say, hey, you come out here, run these laps. If you can do these 5 laps without being and within this time, you can get this bag. But they're not telling them that. Yeah, you're gonna get this bag right up front. I don't care if you come to work 1 day a week, you're still gonna get this bag. And nobody's gonna hold you accountable for not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I think a lot of it it's not even about just getting the bag early. It's about there's no consequences for not doing it. There's no consequences for being lazy anymore. It don't seem as it seemed like laziness is rewarded more so than any consequences that come with it. But um, another part of it is the convenience, and I think that a lot of these well, now I can't even say younger. I mean, shoot, they 40, 50. It don't matter how old they are. If it ain't easy, it ain't worth it. And
Yeah.
that's the mentality. If it ain't easy, it ain't worth it. I got people that come to me, they're like, yo, man, this this is a little bit hard, man. I'm like, well, you know what you're doing. You getting paid more than a paramedic, or you getting paid more than a teacher, or you're getting paid more than people who have more strenuous jobs. All you got to do is do this, clock in, do something, and go home. Yeah, but this, that, and the third. I'm like, oh, you want everything to be put on a platter for you, pretty much. And that's the mentality they have. Like you want everything to be put on a platter. And if it's not, then it's not for you. I'm not gonna put forth any effort to do anything because if it's not given to me, then it wasn't meant for me. I hear it even in relationship, like, oh, if the relationship ain't easy, it ain't meant to be. And I'm like, you gotta work in a relationship. Everything ain't gonna be peaches and cream. I mean, you might use the peaches and cream a lot, but it ain't gonna be everything peaches and cream.
Hey, that was a
But
good day.
yeah, like golly, man, it's like nobody wants to put in. A lot of people don't want to put in effort to make things work, because they feel as though the work should always work itself out while they just cruise to the finish line.
Yeah.
So a lot of these younger people, they come in, man, they got that mentality. They being taught that by their parents. They being taught they live in their lifestyle because the more convenience we have in life, the lazier it's going to make people anyway. So we already know based off of where we work, it was times where a lot of the accessories that we have, we didn't even have then.
No.
A lot of the accessories we have now, we didn't even have then. A lot of the perks that we have now, we didn't even have then. And even if you didn't have the work ethic, you was out of there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same no more. So, um, yeah, that's pretty much my perspective on that as far as just work ethic, no consequences, and too much convenience.
Yeah, and I got something. So, do you think that the mentality of social media and all the other outside influence goes into that effort as
Yeah,
well? Like, cause how they paint the world like it's supposed to be easy, you're supposed to get this money like this. Does that influence the
I
other people?
think
Yeah,
I think that the social media plays a part because it shows that it's always another option. So
right,
it's like at one point when you got a job, there was no other options. Sometimes you didn't see so many options. You didn't see it, so it's like, okay, this is where I work, so I'm gonna make the best out of where I'm at. I'm gonna be
right,
the hardest worker here because I don't know if there's another job for me somewhere.
right,
Now with social media, it shows that yeah, you can do whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. You can go here, here, and here, even though that might not be realistic,
right.
but it looks that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that yeah, social media do play a part in that and play a part in making stuff look easy because people put their highlight reel up, so it makes it look like what they doing is easy when in actuality it ain't.
Right, right.
Yeah. Yep. And just to chime in one more quick thing,
Yeah.
and because I am the older guy, music, music has such an influence on our culture.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, you listen to music cleaning the house. You got the music in the church, the band. You got the music at the parties. Like the music is such an influence. It was such an influence on young men back in the day that everybody wanted to be Romeo. You wanted to be, the lover. You wanted to be the player in the good sense. And then that these things change. I get it. Nothing stays the same. It has evolved into other things, but this evolution is close to like a de-evolution because a lot of it is I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna let you know I don't care, even though I should care. And just because I can say it doesn't mean I should. So I feel like a little bit of the music is a very strong negative influence on these because it's much younger. People think just only 16, 17-year olds listen to rap or whatever, but these 8, 9-year olds, and that's in your head, and you're going through whatever you're going through with your hormones and teenage life, and it just becomes this big old, ugly show. But I think that the music needs to start touching people who are heavily influenced by it and
Mm-hmm.
don't separate themselves from what I'm listening to and what I need to go do at work.
Yeah, I think music plays a big part because um as far as the evolution, what you're talking about, because at one point yeah, there was an attitude of saying I don't care. Like the rappers, I mean, everybody said that they didn't care, but they didn't really believe it. It was like you might have said, yo, I'm gonna go on to the block, I'm gonna go to the block, or I'm gonna dress like a gangster, I'm gonna do this and the third. But when you got around the church or when you got around your grandma, everything switched up. Oh, you a church boy? Oh, yeah. I go to this church, man. I thought you was a gangster. Nah, not right now. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff switched up then, but now they don't see it as just an image. This it's life now. So it's like they don't care where they at. They're gonna be disrespectful.
Right.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
no switch up at all. I'm like, damn, you cuss like that around your mama? Man, she know what it is. Oh, really?
Crazy.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Do that. But
So yeah, they
it
do play a part.
it ain't no grandmas and no granddads around no more. All of them young, just like the kids. I'm just saying, if you think about it, all of them under almost 30 or something, because the kids done had the kids so early, and it's just like it ain't the same. Like you used to get up and go be excited to go to your grandma house. I'm going to my grandma house today.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no kids. Kids don't do that no more. I mean, it's some around, but it ain't much around. It's not that when the grandma taught you more discipline. If you don't eat that, you ain't eating that, you about to get hit or you don't
Mm-hmm.
punch something. It's gonna be some kind of consequence. Just like you said, there ain't no consequence. Only consequence they got is, oh well, they listen to the music. NBA YoungBoy, for example, is he cool, but then he say off the wall stuff might influence a young man to go rob a store because he just said, "Well, I'm about to go do it."
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad to be saying that society comes to that, but it's things like that that do that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the music is crazy right now. Scene is
But
crazy.
it's too much, right? We need a little bit. We need 1 2 Live Crew, 1 NWA, one. You know what I'm saying? We need 1 this, 1 that. We don't need all of them. All of them don't need to be that.
Right.
But they do it because it's easy.
Yeah.
And it's rewarded. So it's like, oh, my homeboy doing that, he getting paid. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna call out, hey, I ain't going to work. I'm gonna go over here to the studio and try to get this deal.
Right.
Now it's just the mentality is just different. Everything
Yeah.
is convenience. They see everything. They see everything as being easy, quick money, quick fast money, and it takes away from even wanting to work at anything. No discipline. I think somebody said something about discipline. Ain't no discipline at all. No consistency at all. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like you want a reward, but you inconsistent. It doesn't make sense.
Right.
Yep.
But fellas, this was a good panel. This was a good discussion, good show, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. We can do it again some other time.
Right.
And this is another perspective, episode 2. Y'all check out episode 1. It's gonna be up on the screen and in the comments down below. And until next time, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Peace out.